start beating his ass. It's just giving him little pats. Is he in pain? No, he just wants to like play bully or something. Giving him some butt pats. Increase mana recovery from flasks. Reduce flask charges used from mana flasks. Same thing. Mana regeneration. Increase flask charges gained. Mana flasks gain 1 charge every 3 seconds. Removes a random ailment when you use a mana flask. A random ailment when you use a mana flask. You're just like, oh no, I've got like 3 ailments. Sorry about the slippers at the moment. Well, it's alright if you haven't used a mana flask before, chat, which I know many of you haven't, except for leveling. High level mana flasks are actually like spammable as shit. Like you never run out of them, so you'll never ever run out with this cluster. And then you can spam them to remove ailments. And if you get the curse one, you can remove curses and ailments with just your mana flask. Are you guys gonna use a mana flask yet, chat? Chat? Are you gonna use a mana flask? You're gonna use a mana flask? Bury me in your mana flask answers. There's no pleasing you, is there? There's no pleasing you. Maybe. Every day, once per day. No, just to protest. You're not gonna use it just on moral grounds. Okay. He's mayonnaise in that flask. Classic. There's no pleasing you guys. I'm literally giving you infinite mana flasks. This is what. So, alright. Chris Wilson personally is literally handing you a mana flask with infinite charges, shitloads of mana restoration, your choice of suffix, and it removes curses, and it removes elemental ailments. And you guys are still like, no, smiley face. And it's free. All you need to do is spend like six passives. That's all. Oh goddamn! I'll give GGG credit. They're really trying to get the mana flask thing to happen. I'll make a build using mana flask this thing. I'll do it. I've used mana flask before. I've played mana builds mana flask. Oh, thank you, GGG. Smiley face. 6 passives and a utility flask. Shut up, chat. What do you know? What do you know? Just use your mana flasks. You're gonna use them and you're gonna like them, okay? Minions have 8% move speed and damage. 5% attack and cast speed. These values are reasonable. 10% move speed and damage. So much move speed. Minion move speed is mint. It's pretty juicy. Ravenous Horde. Look at all these. Look at all these lines. Minions have 20% increased movement speed. Whew. Fast. 20% damage, 5% attack and cast speed. Minions have 10% chance to gain Onslaught for 4 seconds on kill. Shit. Were we giving minions Onslaught for anything besides just some weirdo using Onslaught support? I don't feel like anyone really had minion Onslaught, right? Ever? I can't remember anything that granted minion Onslaught that was actually used. Abyss Jewels? Oh, could you give minions Onslaught with Abyss Jewels? The Arn's Shield? Okay, so there are maybe a few things. Well, everyone can have it now. That's fast. That's a fast. So in the crit scale, you've got like the average is like 20% per point with like maybe boost orb if you include notables, and then like 15, what is it, 15% multi? But not on the same thing. 15 and 10 is quite good, 30 is considered good, 20% multi on a minor is pretty good, so what's this one? 20% increased critical strike chance for each mine detonated recently. Recently as well, it's not just the sequence, it's straight up 4-second recently. So you're going to be rocking 100% on that all the time. So we're just going to call that 100% crit chance. 8% crit multi up to 40. Yeah, you're probably going to be rocking 40 as well. So 40% crit multi and 100% crit chance. 30%. 15 and 10. 20% multi. Fuck, you'll get that whole cluster. That's a very strong crit cluster. God damn. Damn. It's pretty good. Those are very highly valued. Pretty push. 12% multi for elements on the right. 20% damage of multi for elements right. 32 multi and... His specific from crit though, so you can get pretty big from crits. Not super mind-blowing, but like probably pushed into that pretty hard. We're going through the clusters. Stop trying to make it going through the clusters. Just down below it over here we have more mana flask chat. Are you ready? Maybe you'll change your mind after seeing this mana flask cluster. Mana recovery from flask, 10%, 5% increased flask effect duration. Look, now your investment in mana flask is also effective. 5% flask effect duration, 10% mana recovery, and flasks applied to you have 10% increased effect. That's 10% flask effect. 8% attack and cast speed during the effect of any mana flask. 8% attack and cast speed during a mana flask. 10% mana recovery rate during effect of any mana flask. It was worded very weirdly, but okay. Alright, chat. So now your flasks are also giving you a minor attack and cast speed buff. About 2 passes worth. And all it costs you is 3 passes. But you also get flask effect for your Quicksilver flask. Chat? What is chat saying? Look, 9 points, chat. Let's go through this, right? Infinite mana flask. Also, it takes you 1 utility slot and 9 passive points, alright? That's all the cost is. You get infinite mana, infinite usages, your choice of suffix, curse removal, ailment removal, 8% attack and cast speed. You get flask effect for your other flasks. You also get extra flask charge recovery. Drink mana every day. Yeah? You on board, chat? Have I sold you? It doesn't give damage. No convincing. What would it take, chat? Your flask has your mana flask now has Headhunter. Your mana flask now has Headhunter. Maybe. Maybe. 100% item quantity during mana flask effect. Works.
Agent requesting backup.
Tychus wants to head on to mana flask. What do we got? Next playable character is a giant mana flask. Everybody can take a drink. Minion damage and minion area of effect. Minion area of effect? Nice. 8% damage and 8% area of effect. Minions deal 15% damage, have increased area of effect. Minions have 10% area of effect if you have used a minion skill recently, and 10% int. Yeah, I feel like minion area of effect is something you want. Trying to get your zombie slams to hit everything. Or potentially for some like AoE overlapping, it's like violent spams or something like that. Perspectives, various situations. Seems legit. Would require that flasks continue even after reaching full mana. There's literally an affix being made for that on the rack. So there's a new flask affix that adds, makes it so your mana flasks don't wear off when they reach full. So you would need to use that affix. I'm considering it though. I'm considering it. I'm gonna make a build with all the mana flask passive classes and nothing else. Mana and mana regen, mana and effective arcane surge on you. Arcane capacitor, maximum mana, 15%. Increased effective arcane surge on you per 200 mana spent up to 50%. So you're getting like 60% arcane surge effect here. 10% chance to gain arcane surge when you kill an enemy. Alright. Okay. Arcane surge on the trees, kind of neat. Look, if you're not going to use your mana flask, chat, you might have to use this. Okay, okay. Okay, I like that node. Yeah. Weird place. I guess the idea is like Templar's kind of situated with some like reduced mana cost and things like Arcane Surge to kind of help. I don't know. This is like Arcane Surge without needing to like hit the Arcane Surge thresholds on your Arcane Surge spawn. I don't know, maybe. Maybe. Hierophant back on the menu? Yeah. Could be pretty good on your Hierophants.
Object of interest detected.
Maybe. Like, that doesn't blow me away, but Blast Waves might. Get it. There's Blast
Priority item detected.
Hello? Blast Waves. Search. Blast Waves. What? You see it, chat? Oh, there it is. Where's Waldo? I'm gonna zoom right in for you. Mine, damage, and area of effect. 6% mine damage. Skills used by mine have 6% area of effect. Yep, same thing. Skills used by mines have 30% increased area damage if you've detonated a mine recently. 10% area of effect, and 10% area of effect if you've detonated a mine recently. Well, if you go on AoE mine, you're probably gonna want to pick that up. I don't see why you wouldn't. You want that AoE and you want the damage. It's not too bad. It's 10%. Wait, what is it? Oh, it's like. Hold on. 10% plus 12, so 40%. 42%. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Seems alright. AoE is always something you're picking up if it's also comes paired with enough damage, and I'd say that's enough. Where's the next one? It's over here. It's a minion one. It's a minion mana one. Wait, what? 5% increased maximum mana, 10% minion damage, same deal. 10% mana with minions deal 20% increased damage, 15% reduced cost of minion skills. So this is like you're supposed to be in mana maintenance for SRS. Is it good enough without the mana stuff? 10%, 10%, 20%. Not really. It's like very average minion damage. Still, minion damage has in the past been a little bit difficult to get on the tree, and you kind of usually wanted as much of it as possible. I guess if you're like SRS or Skellies or something, you might find that helpful. It's a hard meh. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Efficient explosives. You may find yourself kind of not wanting to pick that up, but you're just like, oh, I kind of need to. What they do on Contagion? Nerf the AoE. What do we got? Mind damage and reduced mana reservation. I was expecting to see more of this stuff. Reduced mana reservation of skills that throw mines. 4%. 8 mind damage, same deal. 25% mind damage, 20% increased mind duration. 12% reduced mana reservation of skills that throw mines. What's that? 16, 20% reduced reservation for skills that throw mines? I have no idea how to judge how necessary this is going to be yet. And how you're going to end up building mana. Like, whether you go on like Mind Over Matter and like one aura and that's kind of just enough to tinker with. Whether the Mind Over Matter is too much of a liability. You just build a shitload of mana and do it. Kind of feel... I don't know. Interesting. It is pretty close to Charisma, which has reduced mana reserved and effective non-curse auras, which I believe should affect the mines. Don't know if you want that. It's like all 3 of these are off this one node that's also... Oh, it's traps though, isn't it? Imagine if that was a mine node. I was like, holy shit. You just like get all 3 of these clusters or something? Oh no, it's 1 point down. Never mind. Is that all the ones listed here? I feel like there's more changes though, right? Those are just the new clusters, yeah? Mines. We should look how the other clusters have changed, if at all. So we looked at successive detonations. Volatile mines. Okay, so volatile mines has reduced reservation on it as well. 5 and 5 here. There's mine throwing speed, 2 additional remote mines. Each mine applies 2% increased damage taken to enemies near it. Oh, this adds a little extra aura to it. There's only 10% increased damage taken, but that's kind of nice. I mean, that's good, right? Look, you take that on other things. It's not bad. It's not bad. Mines have 20% increased detonation speed. So does that speed up your, like, chain, make the whole chain go off faster? That's not bad. Yeah. Can have up to 2 additional remote mines placed at a time. That's like 3 mines a pop. You might be misreading that. That's like your mine cap. So instead of 15, you get 17. Trap and critical strike chance with traps and mines. Yep. multi-20. Power charge when you trigger a trap by an enemy or when a mine is detonated targeting an enemy. I think Blast Cascade's changed. 30% multi. Seems what I remember. Saboteur has 2 additional rope mines placed at a time. Clever Construction, 20% mine damage. Mines cannot be damaged. Devastating Devices, 50 crit chance and 30 crit multi. Is any of this stuff? Still trap and mine damage. Trap and mine throwing speed. Crit chance, crit multi. Seems all pretty normal. Blast Cascade has moved. Where was it before? Like, it's been a while since I played mines. Efficient explosives? Did we look at this? Yeah, because it's the resurrection. Anything else we missed? I think that's all the mine stuff. We looked at glass waves, didn't we? It was in the witch area? On the witch area? It's kind of moved over here then. Next to the alchemist, right? No, to the right. All those unconnected nodes are the ones we can get oils from. Yes, so we can go on a little hunt for these things now. If you looked at the leaks, you've probably already seen them, but these are passives, these unconnected passives. These are ones you can get only from the amulet or unique item enchants from oils. 5% increased maximum energy shield, transfiguration of soul. What is that? I don't know what that is. There's no explanation. Transfiguration of soul? Gives your character transubstantiation. It does a thing. Probably. Question marks. Passives and passives. Okay. Alright. Some Vol bullshit. I have no idea. Transfiguration of soul. It sounds like volley. Yeah, maybe. Intuitive leap plus a few of those might work. I don't think so, because they're not present on the tree if you don't have them allocated. Like, they won't be there. It's just displayed in this. So no, I don't think you can intuitive leap them. Mana increase into mana energy shield. It converts ES into spell damage. Spell damage at 50% of your ES. Converts ES into spell damage. Oh, okay. 50% of your ES percentage is spell damage percentage? Really? That's pretty good for a passive. I mean, it's competing with all the other passives you can get, though. That's the thing you have to consider. You can't really just compare, like, in like a allocating passives point of view. It's like you could get, you know, the one best passive extra on your amulet for your builds. How is it compared to everything else? I mean, still pretty good though. 5% ES and what? 100% spell damage? It's pretty good, right? A bit more than 100 probably in some cases. Alright, let's have a look at the others. 30% crit strike chance for spells. Skills supported by Unleash have +1 maximum number of seals. So you get an extra Unleash seal. That's quite cool. I like that. Meister, thank you for the 52-month sub, mate. Appreciate it. Crusader, Transfiguration of Mind. Alright, you guys need to explain this one too. 8% increased maximum mana and Transfiguration of Mind. I'm guessing it's the same thing, right? A percentage of your mana percent is converted to spell damage or something? Increase the reduction of maximum mana applied to 30%. Makes sense that it's less. Alright. So same thing for mana. Alright, also could be quite good, I think. Transcendence. -10 physical damage taken from hits. Minus physical damage taken from hits per level. 110% less physical damage taken from hits at level 100. More realistically, like, you know, 80, 90%. Less physical damage taken from hits. Yo, that's like old school Arctic Armor. It's just all hits too, but only for hits. Not percentage? No, I know it's not percentage. It's flat. It's flat, which is spicy, honestly. I know it's not percentage. Did I say percentage? Octagama. I didn't say percentage, did I? It's flat. It's like old Octagama. You did? Okay, I said percentage twice, apparently. Chat, listen not to what I say and what I do mean, okay? I hope you understood that. Look, it's flat mitigation, chat. Don't be idiots. It's not percentage. It's flat. Come on, chat. Don't be stupid. It's just like old Octagama. Which was, if for you guys who weren't around back in those days, because you weren't born yet, yeah, it was good. Old Octagama's flat mitigation, which was like, I think, 100 something, if I recall correctly, it was very strong. Made you straight up immune to some enemies. It was like 3 years ago? I know some of you weren't born then. Transfiguration of body. Life, and I'm guessing a percentage of your life converted to... Is it spell damage or like fizz damage or something though? That's the question. 3-year-old viewers. Some unconnected nodes inside the tree. Yeah, we'll go and find them. It's to attack damage. Okay, I figured it probably was. Do we know what the percentage is? What, probably like 30, I'm guessing? Like the other one? Probably wouldn't be 50, right? No, probably, it might be 50. It is 30? Okay. I guessed correctly. Alright. Well, these are all good. I think all of these are going to be good, right? 12% melee damage. Strike skills target one additional nearby enemy. Well, if you're playing a strike skill, you're going to want that. That's pretty spicy. It just gives you, like, Ancestral Call. Kind of. That's pretty sexy right there. Aspect of Stone. 20% chance to avoid physical damage from hits. So you still get hit, but you avoid the damage from it. So, 1/5 mitigation on average. 20% avoid. I've won that over some of the other things, though. Pretty sure you can't intuitively. No, I don't think they exist on the skill tree until you get them. Can you anoint keystones? No, just notables. 15% increased projectile speed. Vengeant Cascade. Attack projectiles return to you from final target. Returning projectiles pierce all targets. I like that. That's cool. That's fun. Projectile return has been kind of really sad for so long, but that actually sounds kind of decent. Especially because it pierces on the way back. Attacks have spectral, kind of. Chaos resistance is doubled.
Took you long enough. Here's the deal. I let you in,
but
you let me go,
what
okay?
Does that mean the amount that you have or your current amount? Because if it's doubled, you're negative.
One thing, but this...
Did you go from like minus 20 to minus 40? Minus 60, minus 120? Minus 120 chaos rest? It's your current amount. That's gonna fuck some people. Oh, that makes me giggle with glee. Oh god, so good. I'm guessing this still capped as well. So, what do you want? You want like 40% chaos res, so that you can take this and get 40% chaos res from it. Is that like the? It's like, this seems really bad. Not only is it like this trap, but is it? That's just gonna screw you, right? It's just gonna screw you.
Have you ever had a dream that you
You would.
You could do so. You do.
I'm gonna enjoy
You
this.
could do. You want to. You could do anything.
I do really want them to do me so much that I could do anything. That sounds hot. Oh, brilliant. Where are the other ones, like, in the skill tree somewhere? There's more, isn't there? There's 13. Thank you very much for the bits. Who was that? Electrified bees. Thank you, mate. Rather take a node than use a mana flask. Oh, God. Near the center ring of Scion. They're hiding in here somewhere, are they? Oh yeah, okay. There's something here. Way of the Warrior. 16% armor, 16 flat life, 16 melee damage, 30 strength. They ruined it. Could have been 16 all the way. This is very general. So what do we got? 16 armor, 16 life, 16 melee damage, 30 strength. It's okay. Certainly not as good as the other stuff, though. What you might find is that some of these are, like, available from more common combinations of oils, not the rarer ones. So you could, like, get one of these for cheaper. I mean, it's fine passive, but yeah, it's not as powerful as some of the other ones. It's maybe better than the house. Hardened Scars. 15% life recovery from flasks. You have fortified during the effect of any life flask. Interesting thing about this which is what I was trying to do. I mean, a lot of the fun in here where you're actually getting like free shot if your reaction speed is pretty good. Not mana flask though. Yeah, I mean it works on like so pretty nice for that.
Gonna finish off that
If you get fortify another way, you'd certainly prefer that. but it is nice on like a bow character or something. HP plus 2 turn off on full life, yeah, so it's literally only while you're trying to recover in between hits. And yeah, if you're using instant flasks, it's going to do nothing for you. So, for most of us who use instant life flasks, it's not going to do much for you. Use a life recovery. Use like, I guess, Blood of Karu or whatever it is. I don't know. Yeah. That's very, very conditional. Like, the sort of conditional as to where it doesn't work.
We need to figure out
Deadly
what they're doing.
Inclinations, 18
See if you can find
evasion,
any
12
intel on
life,
their
16
operation.
projectile damage, dexterity. Much like the other one, I'm guessing this would have to be like a really easy one to get. Because it's like, okay, but yeah, honestly, there's other notables in the tree you would prefer over that, like, you know, extra cut.
Seems like these guys are salvaging and
Like, update
repurposing anything they
Constitution
can from this
for
place. They're crafty bastards.
A witch will have another one, I'm guessing, yeah. Spell damage, energy shield, mana regen, and it's flat energy shield, chat. This is the energy shield buff, making up for all the nerfs. There it is. It's looking at you. It's looking right into your eyes. It's looking into your soul. Is there some other ones hiding around, or is that it? That might be all of them. Wait, because there was like... Hold up. It's a level 1 mana flask. I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think I missed any, did I? I believe that to be all of them. At Ranger? I saw the Ranger one. Plus there's another one there. The Ranger ones, these are all like pretty basic. The ES one's probably the best. ES and mana. And spell damage is kind of nice. And int. That's all. That's probably that and the strength one. Obviously, the dex one's pretty bad, just because dex is bad. One near phase acro. Yep, I got that. It's the projectile return. I think we got them all. Is there anything else I've missed? There's like probably some changes on some of the minion nodes, maybe. But we look. Well, minions have double damage. I don't remember if Grey Pack got that a while back or now. Minions have 5% chance to deal double damage. Blind Spirits we looked at. We looked at Indomitable Army.
Tag anything useful, announce it in a recovery team later.
And blow the shit out of anything too dangerous.
This stuff seems the same. Spiritual Command.
Military grade explosive residue
Spiritual
detected.
Aid. There's a bit more minion accuracy around, it looks like. There's 20% minion accuracy. Well, I don't know. That was already there, wasn't it? I don't know how much of this has changed. Unholy Light near Scion for minions. Didn't we look at that? There's one here. There's two things being highlighted, but neither of them are. Oh, wait, hold on. 10% chance to gain Unholy Might. Ah, I see. 10% chance to gain Unholy Might on block for 3 seconds. And ignite defense. Start cluster with Unholy Might on it? Is that already there? That. Oh, minion Unholy Might. 25% chance to gain Unholy Might for minions on kill. Okay. Minions have 25% chance to gain Unholy Might on them getting minions gain 10% of maximum life as maximum energy shield. Wait.
Damn.
Okay. Oh, this is ultra changed. I see. Minions gain 10% of life as a maximum extra energy. Not bad. Got chaos resist minion life and same thing there. That's not bad. That's not bad. It used to be Chaos Res and Plus zombies. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the new note's kind of nice. Not bad, not bad. Opinion on Arcane Surge on the kill on the tree? Yeah. It'll fit in with some like what is it? Some of these guys a little bit. It seems alright. I'm not like super confident. I'm pretty excited about it. It's alright. I'd probably get it if I was like going pretty hard on the Mind Over Matter action. Then Taco Prime, thank you for the 6 months sub, mate. Sacrifice and Spiritual Command swap spots. A little more annoying for Templar. Ah, okay. Anything else major we missed? Don't new League items automatically slot the passives they give, so they wouldn't complete against a passive you'd slot from levels and quests? Yeah, well, yes, they allocate them to you. Yeah, that's the idea. So you could be up in this section of the tree and get Constitution. dexterity. I'll take that one, I guess. Could be down in this section of the ranger, and you just get.
True Sun's reinforcements incoming.
Beef.
Keep
Just
moving.
get beef.
To the
Yep.
next hall.
Just get beef. Alright, cool. New power charge thing? Yeah, I looked at that. Alright, I think I've got everything. That's pretty cool. I'm liking the look of the passive tree. There's some pretty good stuff. Alright, before we begin ascendancy balance.
When you're done fucking
I'll be
things up
back
there.
in just
Keep
a
moving.
moment.
You still got 2 halls to clear.
Hostile radio intercepted.
Division's on my 6! So cut through the planetarium. We gotta secure that ordnance.
Burn the troops back!
Fucking
I hit it!
No, not him! Go fuck yourself!
Spin around! Come on!
Just dying a little bit, don't mind me. Oh, man. Okay. Ascendancy balance. Let's have a look. Necromancer. Well, okay. We'll go through. Necromancer causes the offerings to have 25% reduced effect on you from 50%. Auras from your skills now grant 2% increased attack and cast speed to you and your allies from 3%. If you consume the corpse, your minions now grant 30% increased area of effect. No longer grants 20% increase. I think we just go through, actually. Change my mind. We'll have a look at the Necromancer. So, Mistress of Sacrifice is 25% reduced effect instead of 50% reduced effect. Kind of nice. Consume the corpse recently, you and your minions have 30% increased area of effect. With at least one nearby corpse, so they have to be there, you and your nearby allies deal 10% more damage. With oh, we're reading the Ascended versions. Okay. Okay. Saboteur causes your damage to take 8% of the resistance, up from 6. You can now they pass a little bit more penetration. Assassin's crit, added flat crit. Now grants 10% chance to gain elusive on kill, so they gained elusive, no longer grants 10% movement speed if you kill an enemy recently. Elusive gives you movement speed. Guardian now grants you and nearby allies onslaught, while there are at least 5 nearby allies. No longer grants 10% increased effect of non-curse auras from your skills. Huh. Onslaught instead. You and nearby allies. Past 8 seconds. No longer causes you and nearby allies. Inabi allies. Inabi allies. You and nearby allies deal increased damage if you war cry. So you get some double damage instead of increased damage. 5 plus to critical strike multiplier down from 30. Bit of a I'm kind of surprised like some attack speed stuff up in Berserker. It's kind of funny. Grave the Slaughter no longer grants 1% deal damage before rage. Oh, so you lost the double damage. Rite of Ruin clarified that only the inherent effects from having rage are tripled. Okay. Inabi. Remarco in Chieftain no longer grants 15% more burning damage, now grants 25% fire damage multi. So change to the new mechanic, but also increased. Radiant Crusade has been reworked and now grants 20% elemental resistances to all elemental resistors. While there are at least 5 nearby allies, you and nearby allies have Onslaught. While there is at least 1 nearby ally, you and nearby allies deal 10% more damage. And it lost the like dominating blow stuff and the Herald of the
Yes, I did a new vest.
30% increased area of effect. Causes all nearby allies. Basically. Yeah, spell intimidate. I think intimidate a while, like a long time ago, used to work on spell damage.
Mechanical components detected.
Agent, have Isaac scanned the parts.
Divine Guidance no longer grants 150 max mana, now grants 30% increased max mana instead. Causes increases and reductions to max mana also apply to spell damage at 30% of them. Also apply to damage at 30% of their value. Okay, in most cases it's probably a lot less mana, but 150 flat is pretty big. But 30% damage from your mana increases is pretty cool. That's pretty spicy. Nice for Hierophant. Pretty good for your mind over matter.
Enemy on our flank.
Mana. 1% increased area effect. Shield shenaniganry, but 100%, up to 100% AoE. You need 5,000. Yeah, that's pretty hefty. That's pretty hefty. You might not be quite hefty in most cases. Still, if you're going ham on it, you get the damage out of the deal too. 5,000 mana is a lot. Radar got some frenzy charge duration up from 18, 4% increased movement speed up from 3, so a little bit of buffs on the small masses. 15%, this is the best part about Raider though, the onslaught duration got changed to onslaught effect, which is pretty spicy. 30, I think you get like 30% onslaught effect now. 1+ max frenzy charges on Way of the Poacher. Avatar of the Slaughter no longer grants the frenzy charge, so it's moved away of the Poacher. Now it grants 8% evasion rating per frenzy, 3% increased movement speed per frenzy up from 2, 8% attack damage per frenzy up from 3. Okay, that seems pretty decent.
Setting a
Just
recovery
some
team.
little decent buffs
Link up
here.
with them and you'll be
Rate a
done
little
there.
bit faster, a little bit stronger.
Components identified.
10% chance to
Suggested
dodge
use.
hits up
Missile
from 6.
construction.
Flying around.
Phasing. enemies to have 15% attack. That's pretty nice. You're obviously always going to be phased. A little bit of block. Just a little smidge of block. Rapid Assault now grants 5% chance to evade attacks. Avatar of the Chase, 30% attack damage during onslaught, up from 20, 30% more chance to evade, up from 25, 30% more chance to evade projectiles, up from 25. Just some nice little buffs for Raider, some little piecemeal buffs. A little bit faster, a little bit more onslaughty, some nice exposure stuff for phasing. Not bad.
Database
Not bad.
match indicating designations
Since
failed
Avatar and
and
Necromancer got the big changes,
That would
we'll
be
go over
the
those
missile
on the trailing.
then.
Ghost
Please
Dance
neutralize that
for
fucking thing
Trickstar,
by any means
3%
necessary.
chance to evade down from 5.
Damn it.
2%
Salvage
reduced
crew
damage
just ran
taken
into
down
those
from
reinforcements.
3.
They
And
need
when hit
backup.
causes you to lose a ghost shout and recover energy shield equal to 4 down from 5. So Trickster Ghost Dance, a bit of a nerf. It was pretty strong, but a bit of a nerf. 7.5 base down from 8.
I'll get you for that!
10% movement.
Got some trouble here!
Necromancer, Elementalist, Legion of Party. For me. Where do you get these from? Our home loan. They're like Astro
Eat this! God damn it!
Those aren't bombs, Ziggy. They are in Australian. I know what you guys are thinking. Could be comfy. They were like shredding their grass all over the place. Probably gonna pull out the taste of meat. Our home loan people sent us that. Sweet. Throw them like a couple $100,000. All those
factories out of action and they left a big stockpile of ordnance.
I know what you guys think.
Throwing the fact that the settlements
In Australia, those are
benches
thongs.
and tools. And I'd say it's been a pretty good day.
We're looking forward to a sexy thong. What would a grass thong
You're ready for
look
another
like
skill,
you
I
guys?
reckon.
Do you think
Come back to the
thong is
base and
something
we'll set you
else?
up.
I'm curious. Imagining Ziggy in a grass thong for an entirely different image. Oh god. Elemencer no longer grants ailment prevention based on types of golems you've summoned. Now grants 35% chance to avoid elemental ailments per summoned golem. Sick. So with the +1s on the tree and the +1 on the passive tree, you can just have complete elemental ailment avoidance. That's kind of spicy. Per summon golem? Oh, that's really nice. So you can get complete elemental ailment avoidance from golems. Sexy. Also grants 25% increased buff effects granted by your golems. Stacks with Legion Primordials identical to that. Oh, just even more of it. Beacon of Ruin now grants 30% increased effect of non-damaged elements of ruins. It's not enough. Yeah, just gonna move on to that. Withering is just changed over. Wild Bastion now also causes you to regenerate 40 energy shield per second. Oh, a little bit, recapturing a little bit of the little bebe version of the occultist nerfs. A little bebe, giving us a little bit back.
Food supplies detected.
Just some small sustain. Gold's still dead. Cultist is very good for life builds. You shut your face. Okay, Commander of Darkness. Auras from your skills grant attack speed and cast speed to your allies. 30% damage, 20% elemental resistances. Essence Glutton. 20% max mana, affected by corpses. You and nearby allies regenerate energy shield per second up to 2%. That's better than 40%. For each nearby corpse, your nearby allies regenerate 5 mana per second up to 50 per second. That's a lot of mana. It generates 8% mana over 2 seconds when you consume a corpse, and 8% at 2 seconds when you consume a corpse. That's better than a cultist, by the way. Is it better than those mana flask notes? Mindless aggression. Speed, damage, attack speed, cast speed for minions. Not bad. +2 to all level of minion gems of all skill gems that you level minions with gems. +2 to all you. Not, well, all minion skill gems. That probably work for support, actually. Pretty good. Kind of boring, but pretty good. Kind of boring, right? Just like make all your minions a bit higher level. Could have been more interesting. Good though. Bone Barrier. Level 20 Bone Armor skill. 1% additional physical damage reduction per minion. 3% elemental damage, elemental resistance per minion, up to 30. 3% increased recovery rate of life and energy shield per minion, up to 30. Minions have 20% more maximum life. That's not bad too. Minions do scale better levels, yes. All the cool flavors guarded. I disagree with that. There's some pretty cool stuff in here, like bone armor and corpse effects for nearby corpses. I'd say that stuff's pretty cool. And very necromancer-y. Yeah, bone armor is, yeah, it's like steel skin, but it also applies to your minions. Plague Ringer. If you've consumed a corpse, your nearby minions have, you and your minions have 30% AoE. With at least one nearby corpse,
I'll cover you.
you and nearby allies deal 10% more damage. With at least one nearby corpse, nearby enemies deal 10% reduced damage. Corpse Pact. Damage if you've consumed a corpse. Attack and cast speed for each corpse consumed recently. With no cap on that either, it's just recently. Enemies near corpses you spawned recently are chilled and shocked. Literally better than Elementalist. Corpses you spawn have 50% increased maximum life. Pretty spicy for effects that care about that, huh?
Rations nearby.
It's a nice minion life and damage on the minor nodes as well. It's kind of funny that Necromancer does occultist things better than occultist in terms of the energy shield and recovery, and does elementalist things better than elementalist, apart from golems. Kind of funny. Kind of funny. That node works with the gloves, by the way. What node works with the gloves? Oh, for the zombies are classed as mortal. I get ya. Corpses have 50% life? Really? You reckon? No, did they say that, did they? Wow, so your zombies have 50% increased life as well? Okay, wow. It's having a bit of identity crisis. I really like the corpse and stuff. Weird. Upgraded Beacon of Ruin is 20% shock now. Shields from your hit always back 10% more damage in the night, 30% of non-damage damaging elements, shocks. It says 15 here. Rory confirmed it on Have I missed much worth watching on live? Watch out!
Incoming hostiles detected.
Saboteur. 30% effect though. 15 with 30% effect. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, that counts in that. What's experts? AoE.
Vital signs critical. Nearby.
Against shield enemies. They made this a lot more conditional, didn't they? I don't think Perfect Crime in that changed. We're mostly looking at the mains, the mine stuff.
Nice work, everyone.
Pyromaniac did change. It got its total cap of regen halved, so a bit of a cap to sustain on that. Reduced mana cost of skills that throw traps. Reduced mana reservation of skills that throw
and would
mines.
the basically righteous fire for minions be broken on golems with elementalist, or am I not
I
imagining
was-
that right?
I was thinking that it could be very strong, yes. Elementalist golems with some righteous fire stuff on them could be very nice. 4% area of effect for each mine. 20. So I'm guessing that like goes down as it goes though, because you're like they're detonating a sequence, so that will get less and less and less. which is kind of weird. So like the first one would be very big AoE. It's kind of weird, but that one, bomb specialist. Mine throwing speed if you've detonated mines recently. 40% damage if you've detonated mines recently.
Russians
Mines
nearby.
detonated at 20% increased detonation speed. Trap mine damage by
Hostile
throwing
control point
speed.
identified.
Increased aura effect, 100% increased aura effect from mines. That's pretty spicy. Mines hinder enemies near them for 2 seconds when they land, reducing movement speed by 40%. It's pretty good, honestly. You throw down the mines, they're more likely to stay near the mines by the time you go to detonate. The hinder effect on that, I think that's pretty cool. Born in the Shadows, I don't believe that really changed. And what was the other one? Necromancer, Assassin. Doing anything else on today's stream? After this, I might play some Star Sector, yeah. So, Noxious Strikes. 25% multiplier for poison, 40% chance to poison, 50% increased damage with poison, 5% increased poison duration for each poison you have inflicted recently. Recover 0.5% of life per poison affecting enemies you kill. Recover 0.5 of life per poison affecting enemies you kill. That seems like it could be a lot stronger than Saboteur's recovery. Getting some nice survivability out of that. Poison! 10% reduced damage taken from damage over time.
I've been told we're just about ready to reactivate the Shade
10%
Network.
more
I'm
damage.
learning a new skill here to see the whole
0.4
thing
crit
through.
strike chance per poison
Going
affecting
in.
enemy up to
They'll be waiting for you in the control room.
2.0 flat crit. 20% of gain 20% of physical damage is extra chaos damage against poison enemies. It's all pretty good looking. Mistwalker, gain elusive on crit. Attack and cast speed while elusive, 20%. 8% reduced damage taken while elusive. 25% increased elusive effect. You take no extra damage from critical strikes while elusive. Some nice, solid defensive stuff being added to your assassin now. And I like how they've done it too, because like, how do you do it? Before assassin was just like all offense, right? How do you do like assassin? Like what is usually assassin's kind of defensive things? The fact that it's stealthy. So they've kind of done that, which is cool on a thematic level. Ambush and assassinate? I don't think this stuff has changed. I don't believe, no. I think it's just the poison stuff and the defensive stuff, I believe. Maximum power charges, power charge on crit, power charge on non-crit. I think that's all the same. It did change? None of the crit nodes have changed? I don't think so. I think this is all the same. The poison and the defensive stuff, so these three over here, I believe. It's changed a little bit. It's 20% more damage. Which one changed? Oh, this one, opportunistic. Let's have a look at the notes. It can be hard to remember all these numbers. Ambush and assassinate. No longer grants 30% increased damage with hits that are on low life. Now grants 20% more damage. Multiplicative exclamation mark with hits and elements against enemies that are on low life. Oh, okay. Well, that's a lot stronger then. It's your kind of like pseudo calling strike effect. Not quite as good as that, but you know. No longer grants 100% increased damage while there is only one nearby enemy, nor causes you to take no extra damage from critical strikes. Now grants 20% more damage while there is at most one rare or unique enemy nearby. Also reduces damage taken by 10% while there are at least 2 rare or unique enemies nearby. Okay. 2 rare or unique enemies. Interesting. So opportunistic did change a little bit as well. The charge moved from dead to unstable. And you got movement speed while at max power charges. Oh, you're right. There are a few changes there. It's all better.
Later.
Boss ads don't stop the damage bonus anymore.
Hello.
Ah, yeah, that's pretty nice because it's specifically rare and unique. That's cool. Unless the ads are unique, there are some things where the ads are unique. It's pretty rare though. Cool. All right, nice. I think that's it for the ascendancy stuff. Let's go into the next section. Okay. I think this is basically just expanding on the change from before, right? The rune dagger stuff, they just didn't have the fully implemented. They had some of the stuff there though, so they're just like getting renamed and reclassed as rune daggers. Same thing for the staves. Scepters are now identified as a separate class to one-handed maces. Elder and Shaper gloves can no longer roll +1 traps thrown, +1 mine placed. Weapon modifiers that add maximum mana have had their values raised across the board. Staves in particular can now be found with modifiers that add large quantities of maximum mana. Existing weapons may be updated with new values. Do you really want mana on your weapon? I guess in some cases we like scaling damage
What
off
can I
mana.
help you
Maybe you
find?
want a bit more. Oh, it's flat though, because it doesn't scale the same way. I don't know really when you'd want
Thanks
mana
for your
on your
business.
weapon. Large mana. One, scepter, staves, rune daggers, and pure intelligence shields can now roll modifiers which affect the levels of all skill gems of a certain type. The mod, daggers and rune daggers can now roll modifiers to chaos damage over time, yada yada. Jewels can now roll physical damage over time. Belts can now
Looking at
roll
deal?
mana prefixes. Ah, that's a nerf to belts. It's a bit harder to get life on your belts now because you get mana instead. It just has belts too, not specific ones. So apparently all of them. Bit of a nerf to the belts. Power rings can now have 20 to 30 mana on their implicits from 20 to 25. Oh, the power, the raw power rings. Items with the Matalatls prefix can grant +1 to the level of trap skills. This mod no longer appears on one-handed weapons. But my mana! 5 more mana. Mana flasks at all levels have been rebalanced. In general, they recover more mana over less time than previously and have more uses. They can also roll several useful new modifiers. The, I kind of want to know what they are. I know what one is. The, like, unceasing. Mana flasks were already so spammable, so I guess they're going to be ridiculously spammable now. +1 lightning, fire, and cold weapons. Are you going to use mana flasks yet, chat? So the +1 lightning yada yada recipe, you know, your alteration, your skill gem, and that doesn't give +1 on them anymore. It adds flat damage instead, and the chaos one's just straight gone. So like the really easy like contagion blight leveling with +1 chaos wand is gone now, sadly. The values of modifiers granted by these recipes is dependent on the rarity of the ring used. So a rare ring makes a bigger difference on that
Hello,
damage.
Agent.
A little bit of an
Pleasure to
impact
see
on
you.
racing. It provides global flat damage now, which is still very good in racing, and not +1 for the specific skill.
That was a good deal.
But it, depending on the rarity of the ring means that, like, it's not very often you'll have, like, a rare ring then. Maybe a blue ring will get used by racers. Bit of an impact on the racing, though.
I've got the biggest inventory in deep.
Just call out chat when they're using mana flasks for leveling, and they said they won't use them. You hypocrites. The Labyrinth Helm enchantment for Desecrate, which granted increased cooldown reduction, now grants increased duration at the same level. Those aren't the same thing. Well, you don't need the cooldown reduction anymore because it has no cooldown. Labyrinth Boot enchantments, which previously grant life and mana leech if you killed recently, now grant just life leech. Oh, what? They're not just nerfing it for spellcasters. That's enough for everyone. Oh, damn. That's also enough for attack builds. A lot of attack builds are like, oh man, how am I going to get my mana leech? Boots probably cover it for the most part. Oh, damn, not anymore. Just life leech. Well, you only got them for the mana leech. No one ever got them for the life leech. It's for the mana leech. Oh, damn. Well, okay. Labyrinth Boon enchants, which previously granted life and mana regeneration if you've been hit recently, now just grant life regeneration. Why this
Hello again.
one?
If you're looking
I
to
thought
join
the
up with
idea
other
was to get
agents,
some
I'm here
mana
to help.
regen. Why did you nerf? Why, GGG? Why did you nerf this one? I'm confused. Labyrinth Helm enchantment for Tornado Shot. Now only +1 Tornado Shot, and it's only from Eternal Lab, not
Glad you're here,
Merciless.
Agent.
No +2 Tornado Shots anymore. I'm surprised that took so as long as it did, honestly. I'm very surprised it took so long. New set of Labyrinth Boot enchantments, which grant increased mana regeneration rate if you've cast a spell recently. Okay, I guess you're supposed to get that instead. How much mana regen? Probably like 50% increase or something. At least I hope it's at least that. Resonators can now stack boggles. They now have a stack size of 10 in normal stash tabs, and primitive resonators can stack 5,000 in the currency tab. Only the
Ah, there we are. I wanted to thank you personally. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be at the mercy of those hyena assholes. We all owe a debt of gratitude to the division and the sacrifices you've made to keep our country together. You're the doer of deeds, as Roosevelt once put it. Now it's my responsibility to direct those deeds toward an even greater good. As Agent Kelso suspected, samples of a broad-spectrum antiviral medication were sent to DC as a continuity of government measure. Let me be clear. We're talking about a way to combat viral infection. Polio, influenza, dengue fever, the common cold, green poison. Not a vaccine. A cure. I know where the package is located, but to access it, I'll need the briefcase I was carrying aboard Air Force One.
We believe the briefcase is with the True Sons in the Capitol.
Then get it back. I don't care how you do it. Just get it done. If we're going to get this country back on track, we have to be willing to do things that won't be popular. But I'm not here to woo voters. I'm here to get shit done. And I expect you are too.
Oh, yeah.
They were pretty useless. Okay, I was worried for a second. I was wondering for a second what those were. I was like, is that major? Oh, it doesn't seem very major. Bleach on a blast. That thing's like hang on, it's really using those. Accidentally. Cool cat. I accidentally used those. Incidentally, sometimes, yes. Increased amount of modifier available in jewels can now roll between 8 and 10, up from 6 and 8. Brings it to a little bit more of a respectable value. A bit higher than life, which was kind of makes sense, I think, for mana. Minion damage modifiers from all tiers of Essence of Fear have been significantly increased. Existing items can be updated to the new values. Honestly, getting like minion damage on your gear using Essence Crafting was pretty strong, but making that higher is certainly spicy. Consider doing some Essence Crafting. Essence of Rage, Spite, and Sorrow no longer provides additional levels to socketed gems, and instead grants resistance penetration of the associated element. Oh, well, that's unexpected. I thought they would have done like the +1 all or something, but I guess they just completely changed it. Penetration for the element. Yeah. Penetration, Essence Crafting. Okay. Okay. That's what it is. Alright. The following items now affect all spell damage of certain types rather than just those socketed in the item. Tan's Shiver, Searing Touch, Agnerod, Cane of Unraveling, Zergel's Crank, and Consuming Dark. So these are all global now. Worth keeping in mind. Because these are all, like, decent things. The global is pretty nice on that. Obviously it's in line with the rare changes, but just worth remembering. Like, oh, Tan's Shiver might be a bit more confusing, that sort of thing. Brutal Restraint can no longer modify passives with 8% increased effective floss on you, instead grading 8% increased effective non-unique floss on you. Yeah, like for Soul Ripper, but also for just like every unique flask. Just 5 unique flasks, stack flask effect. Oh, there you go. Mostly Soul Catcher, but yeah, for all unique flasks. Yeah, that was. Well, I thought they fixed that with the like you can't get it down to 0 cost. I guess they were also like that's. I love the way they changed it too. It's just like such a slap. It's like no, don't do that, you degenerate. Non-unique flask, only non-unique flask. Enjoy your fast pixels or something. Watcher's Eye can no longer gain cold and chaos damage over time multipliers while affected by malevolence. Instead grants plus damage to... okay, they're just changing the wording. Mana cost reduction while affected by clarity now specifically applies to non-channeled skills.
This is Andrew Edwards to fellow agents.
They kind of just stuck that one in there. It'll do burning now, which is good, yeah. Because it's just damage over time multiplier. The clarity, though. No more free clarity channeling skills. Or cyclone. Man, the old GGG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punch combo. The cyclone. Getting on it. Drink your mana flask, chat. It was disproportionately strong, that effect, on channeling skills. Still funny though. I wonder if other sources of mine
control point in proximity.
Let's have that treatment. Mana leech while affected by wrath is now energy shield leech while affected by wrath. These two changes do not affect existing items. Cannot be attained with the divine orb. Drink up, chat. Drink up. Poet's Bend now has a 0.15 cooldown instead of 0.25. Poet's Bend buff. It'll take a fair bit of attack speed to get to that point. A lot of people are excited about like Volatile Dead Flicker Strike with it. Doomsower no longer causes red gems to get 10% of physical electrify. Instead causes attack skills to gain 5% of physical electrify per socketed red gem. Oh, okay. Might be using like 4 or 5 of those, maybe. Some blues and stuff. Certainly a bit better. And it will also work on any like I guess like green ones. I think so. Go all red. 6 red gems, baby. Yeah, pretty big buff to do so. Also causes you to have Bile Pact while all socketed gems are red. This does not affect existing versions of the item, so you can avoid that if you want blue, which is pretty reasonable. Nevrix, thank you for 2 months off, mates. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, pretty big pog for Doomsaw. It's always been pretty legit. Star of Ray class no longer grants Illusory Warp and instead grants Frost Blink. I mean, it kind of was the same thing, wasn't it? Now also grants 50% increased duration for Frost Blink. Existing yeah, okay. Yep, right on. Sure. Ash Caller no longer grants slide in attack, instead grants 5 fight and reptile multiplier.
Object of interest detected.
It only affects new versions of the items. Now grants 30 increased burning damage, down from 40. So, Ash Caller is a fire damage multi-weapon now, not added flags. I think it was mostly used for leveling. The other part was pretty
Audio is breaking up.
Blasphemer's Grasp no longer grants ailment damage per elder item equipped. And instead grants ammo damage over time. Okay, I keep getting caught by these. It's just the wording change with Stone Spirits. Gain Raveling, same deal. Searing Touch no longer grants 70% increased burning damage, 40 to 60 fall damage multiplier. But that's got to be a buff instead of 70% increase, right? It's got to be 40 to 60. Shitload of multi. There's so much more multi now. It's hard to judge. Seems good though. Searing Touch legit? Question mark. Beamer of the Saints no longer causes your minions to regenerate life, nor does it grant increased minion attack speed per minion skeleton in your own. Is this like a nerf to the stuttering effect that it created? And is this a buff to their server? Increases minion duration per raised zombie, or increases minion damage per raised spectre. Yeah, it looks like it. It now causes minions to deal 60 to 80% increased damage and grants 1% chance to block attack damage per summoned skeleton. There's still calculations going on here though. 2% attack and cast speed per Raging Spirit, 0.6% life per second per raised zombie, and 30% mana regen per raised spectre. It's kind of got like a bit of a Zoomancer thing going on, huh? Viz Mortis no longer grants 1+ Spectre, or grants minions and Holy Might when they kill an enemy. That's on the passive tree now. Now causes minions to gain 15 to 20% of elemental damage as extra chaos damage. Oh, that's very good.
System curtailed.
Elemental is extra chaos. Does it get +1 instead of max raise? I guess not. Kind of ripped, huh? Yeah, it's got like a specific conversion niche now, but kind of ripped. Yeah. It's a little sad. Could have used the +1 maybe. Yeah. Maybe some spectral setups, I guess. A little strange, a little odd that change. Total Shrapnel no longer gives fizz damage to Shrapnel. Now has a small radius. Causes the passive raise auto grant, so it adds them to those passives. Kind of like a Legion duel, hey? Interesting. Small radius. Probably be able to figure that out if you're interested. Water-filled Legion can no longer drop, has been replaced by a unique that uses the same art. Apparitions can no longer drop, replaced by a new unique that uses the same art. Violent Dead can no longer be dropped or obtained from quests. I think this is the slam one, right? Violent Dead? Zombies slam a lot more now anyway, so you don't really need it. Super Breath no longer grants physical damage, attack weakness mana. Now causes minions to deal additional cold damage.
The last hours were not pretty.
That's pretty good for minion leveling,
for you, Agent.
Healthy Mind now
still
limited to
standing.
1.
Let's keep it that way.
Violent Dead was the zombie slam duel. Yeah, it's just not necessary anymore. So Bones of Yule no longer grants additional zombie or specters, now grants +1 to the level of Ray Zombie or Ray Spectre gems. So much less mandatory, but still okay, I guess. I think you can craft boots that are comparable, which you could do before as well. So you can still do that. So it's still something you might use in maybe later. Also, yeah, not
supplementary information.
Jaws of Agony now grants level 25 Bear Trap.
Belmont Hills, Pennsylvania.
What did it do before? I thought it did
with
that.
division.
I guess it was like
1 year,
lower
6
level.
months, 7 days.
Queen's Decree now causes minions to
Registered
have
dependents.
30 to 40 life,
Caroline
up from 10 to
Edwards,
15.
wife,
30 to
status,
40 damage, up from
deceased.
10 to 15.
Joseph Edwards,
Nice little buff
son,
for Queen's Decree.
status, deceased. Holly Edwards,
Level 15, I
daughter,
think, or level 10 or
status,
something? Okay.
unknown.
So just a bit of a buff there. Queen's Hunger no longer causes offering skills to have 25% reduced effect on you. This affects all versions of the item. Midnight Bargain now causes minions to have 20-30 move speed, up from 10 to 20. 50 to 70 increased damage, up from 10 to 30. Ooh, big increase in damage there. Arakali's Fangs, spiders summoned by this item now take up less space and have phasing, therefore will not block players or other monsters. Oh, nice! I think a problem with Arakali's was like the minions couldn't get to the enemies and stuff so well, right? And would get in the way. I know, some people would be pretty excited about that. Seethamus, thank you for the 18-month sub, mate. Combat Focus now also applies to Wild Strike. Beric's Grip no longer grants Mana Leech against frozen enemies, now grants Energy Shield Leech instead, like the Wrath change. Tempered Flesh, Transcendent Flesh now grants 7% crit multi per 10 allocated strength in radius from 5. Tempered Flesh, Transcendent Flesh now 7% multi up from, per 10. Unallocated up from 5. Okay, yeah. People actually relied on Arakali spiders to block enemies from reaching them. Oh no. Oh, so it's actually not good? Oh no. You didn't even look at Combat Focus? Now also applies to Wild Strike? Cold only wild. Oh, wait. I thought it was something else. Wait, so you can use it like... Wait. Combat Focus is the elemental hit duel, right? Oh, shit. Sorry, my bad. I thought it was a different duel. Okay, so you can make it... Oh, sick. That's awesome. So if you want to play, you know, just fire or just cold or just lightning Wild Strike, you can do so with that duel now. Oh, that's sick. Cool. Super cute. That's cool, though. That means you can have a bit more control over actually doing things with Wild Strike. Nice. Yeah, you can pick a scaling method, so you can go projectile and scale projectile, or you can go, you know, AoE and scale AoE. Pretty cute.
Supply drop detected.
Neato.
We've got a better setup for our solar panels. With the new configuration,
125
we've got
accuracy.
Charles Douglas can now run
I
more lights
supervise
in
the shooting range they've set up in the basement of the
125
White House.
accuracy up from 100.
Looking
Dead
forward to
Reckoning
working
turns
with you,
15
mate.
skeleton warriors into skeleton mages, up from 5. Now limited to 1. 15 skelly mages up from 5, and you only need one of
Agent
them.
requesting
Before you had
backup.
to use like, a few, right? I can't remember how many, but a few. Nice. I'm a bit worried about skelly mage scaling, whether it's going to be good
Hey,
or not.
sugar.
I've heard it's not so good, and there doesn't seem to have been like a ton of support.
good to
for them.
see you.
I guess maybe just the general minion stuff might be enough. You used to have to use 3. No, it's
You know,
way
you've
too
done
many
something unthinkable.
jewels.
You've given us hope.
From Dust now allows you to
I think
summon 4
Kelso and I
additional
both
skeletons
lost
at a
sight of
time
how
from
important
2.
it is.
Existing version of the Yada. Blood Bond, Blood Offering skill now has a base duration of 5.
I hate to ask more of
3
you
and
when
gains
you've already
additional
done so
second
much.
per
But
corpse consumed.
if you
Same
find
as
yourself in the
changes.
vicinity
It now
of
also
the
grants
police
10% more
headquarters over
life
on
regeneration
Indiana
to minions
Avenue,
per corpse consumed.
I could use your help with the personal matter.
Curtain call now increases
nothing
mine
urgent,
detonation speed rather than mine
but it would
arming
mean a lot to
speed.
me.
So the cadency thing happens faster, or whatever it is. Now reduces mine throwing speed rather than mine laying speed. Now requires that you have at least 800 intelligence or dexterity to throw one additional mine, up from 500. Woo! That's a lot of that's a lot of intelligence or dexterity. Jesus. I guess they determined that throwing one additional mine was a big deal, eh? 800 int or dex. Wow, that seems a little harsh. That's a lot. That's a lot. Is that the highest of one of those conditions that we have? We had like, how much was Mjolnir? What, 500-600? Int or dex? Yeah, not and, just one. It used to be 500. It used to need 500 or both. I'm not sure what's worth, 800 of one or 500 of both. Oh yeah, Baron's 1,000 strength. That's right. Stacking 1,000 strength doesn't feel quite as bad as trying to get like 800 dexterity or something though. But I guess 800 int if you're ES is also not too bad. Still, that's a lot. Curtain call. Tremor Rod no longer causes you... I love Tremor Rod as a mine character. Though no longer causes you to deal 35% less mine damage. Okay. No longer grants increased mine laying speed. Okay. Now grants +2 to the level of socketed spell gems. Wait, weren't they removing many instances of that? I guess not this one.
Enjoy your new purchase,
So...
Agent. Always a pleasure, Agent.
What does it do now? Like, yeah, I get the +2, but anything can do +2. What else does it do? Does it still create the double detonations, I'm guessing? I'm guessing you can still get the double detonations. Okay. Reduced enemy stun threshold. Socketed gem supported by a remote mine. It's not a mine staff anymore? You sure? Well, it's still got... I think it's still got mines detonated additional time. Yeah. So its mines can be detonated an additional time. The less damage is gone. It still has spell damage. It loses the speed. It'll still have level 10 remote mine, but it now also has +2 to socketed. So it's +2 7 link, which is not too bad actually. And then additional detonation without the drawback that it had. Honestly, that's pretty good. Yeah, you don't get like throwing speed or something, but honestly, that's pretty good. I'd call that better. Yeah, that's a buff for sure. 7 link +2. 23 chicken wings, thanks for the 18-month sub, mate.
Nearby.
Before your mines go off at twice double your sequence length. I wonder how that does work, whether it goes like through all of it and then you have to detonate again manually, or whether it actually changes the sequence. Or whether it goes bang, 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 bang on each mine. Yeah, actually could be sick. Cool, Tremor Rod could be still really fun then. I loved Tremor Rod before. I'd be happy if it was still really fun. Remote mine was changed, not gone completely. Yeah, I assume that will be... Well, it's not actually not noted here, is it? They didn't say it was removed. So I assume the remote mine was changed over to whatever the new gem is called. Probably goes bang, bang. I just want bang, bang, bang. Crafting changes. Added a new fire damage over time multiplier crafting option, which is unlocked when the cold damage multiplier is unlocked. Veiled flask modifiers now only need to be unveiled once to be crafted. Excellent, eh? Immortal Syndicate member specific crafting recipes now require half as many unveiling. Excellent. Thank you, Gory Turnip and Big Fish for the subs. Big Fish with the 17. Thanks, mate. Crafted trap and mine throwing speed modifiers now grant higher values and have separate versions for two-handed weapons. Oh, so you can get a lot on the weapon then. Mana cost reduction craft modifier, aka Elrian's, has been split into 2 separate modifiers. Here we go. One for channeling, and one for non-channeling. You know what that means? The non-channeling one is a lot less.
I'm happy to be able to help out however
Otherwise,
I can.
why would they do that, right? You know the channeling one is a lot less. It's like, -1 mana at rank 3. Probably rank 1. I thought that would happen. I'm surprised I actually kept one, though. Still an option for it. Why do you do this to my boy? Look how they made my boy so expensive. You can no longer craft a mana cost reducing modifier onto an incursion mana cost reduction ring. Oh, no double stacking. The hybrid life and mana crafted modifiers have been split into flat life and mana regeneration. Flat mana and life regeneration. So no flat life mana, instead flat life and mana regen. Mana and life regen. Okay. Alright. Oh, yeah, might even be strength reduced on channeling. Yeah, maybe. Those other things. Yeah, weird. We added the flat modifiers. Oh, really? Wait, it was an accident? Oh, that was on purpose. I thought that was the GGG going like, we're nerfing all the enemy skills. There we go. Crafty, yes, Mysterious. I didn't know. Labyrinth traps now deal 90% less bleeding damage to minions. Yay. Monster changes. Monster accuracy rating has been reduced game-wide. Players invest in evasion will as a result be evading monsters at approximately pre-37% rate. Yeah, with these changes. Normal monsters that spawn as a part of a rare monster. This part here is really exciting. Pay attention, chat. Chat, pay attention. Normal monsters that spawn as a part of a rare monster's pack are now classified as minions of that monster and gain one of that rare monster's non-nemesis, non-aura modifiers. Thank God, non-nemesis and non-aura. They have also special visual effects to distinguish them, will deal more damage, have more life, and grant more experience when slain. It's exactly like what it was in Diablo 2, and I like that. So, I think this is really, really cool, actually. So, rare monsters have a pack with them now. I'm a little bit monkers about lockboxes. Could be really interesting again. Safety armor. But, yeah, rare monsters have a pack of buff-sharing monsters around them.
Put those crates
really
back
cool.
on the truck.
Or like look significantly different. Maybe they'll have like yellow glow like the rare monster.
We're not wasting any more
But
supplies
that'll be
on
more
these
XP
people.
as well. Hopefully it's a pretty substantial
Put them
amount.
back, Private.
So
Sir.
This is really exciting because rare monsters have been kind of like, why would you
They
bother?
are
You feel like
already
racing,
dead,
for example.
Doctor.
You kill blue monsters,
Are
skip
you
rare monsters.
insane?
The idea that maybe the
Then you
rare monster
care.
now will have like a pack of monsters with it
What about
that
the
will have
staff?
extra XP as well is really
Collateral
exciting.
damage.
So that's really cool
Now,
from like racing, but also just
take
from
your
gameplay.
hand
The idea that we might
off
have
my
like
soldier.
these encounters might be a
If
little
you go
bit,
ahead with
a little bit
this,
scarier.
I will report your what the
Could be a bit scary on porcupines, yeah. There might be a few instances where this ends up being scary. This is the sort of
Well,
change I
Gate
think that's a
Sergeant.
really cool idea.
Looks
There
like
might
you
be
got
a
a
few
riot
balance
brewing.
implementation issues when it first is added.
Lock
So
and
be a
load.
little careful of
Put
those
it
rare
down.
packs in 3.88. They can't have auras or nemesis stuff. Do not worry. We're not going to have another necro vigil situation here. Porcupines, oh yeah. Substantial physical, well no, that's an aura, but like, you know, added damage porcupines and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I want to see more things like this in PoE. This is the sort of direction I want things to go.
You need to craft something?
Cool. This won't interact with Headhunter? Yeah, no, this won't be a buff for Headhunter. It will have probably negligible impact on Headhunter. Piety's fire form now has greater attack range. Made small... Oh, God! Made small improvements to Piety's AI during the Lunaris Temple encounter. In situations where Piety is actually scary for you and you're, like, getting wrecked by her, the fire form is like, nah, and you're, like, running, only just able to get away. It should be able to hit you from a bit further away. Rise! No! Monsters with Molten Strike now create projectiles whether they hit a target with the main attack or not. Oh, you dodge, they're still going to pop their projectiles off. Okay. Rebalance the life regeneration temple-wide modifier with respect to monsters of magic and rarity. Yeah, but which direction, though? We made it more regenerating. We doubled the amount of regen that rares get. They didn't say which direction, chat. Presumably they nerfed regen for, like, rares and stuff. In a good direction. Yeah, but which, though? From whose perspective? You can now encounter Legion-themed rooms in the Temple of Atzoatl. Reduce the life of the Vile Advocates and enhance the Vile Fallens by 25%. You can now find items that affect mines from the trap rooms from the Temple of Atzoatl. Oh. Betrayal changes. The state of your betrayal board is now shared across all characters on the same account and in the same league. Yes! Upon completing the Mastermind encounter, you'll now have access to a reward room for every single Immortal Syndicate member currently with a job on the board, including prisoners. That's essentially up to 14 rooms worth of rewards, plus the Mastermind themselves. They might be doing it. What do you think, chat? I'm curious what your opinion is. Have they done it? Will you do the Mastermind with up to 14 reward rooms? And with it being shared across characters.
Should really find time to clean and oil these
Still
tools.
some no's.
Don't want them to
But
get
some
rusty.
yeses. I mean, some yeses is an improvement. Yeah. I think I'll do it. I think that's spicy enough that I'll do. Yeah. There's more though, chat. There's more. So if you said no, we'll see if we can change your mind. There's a stash in the Mastermind safe house because you'll need it. Mastermind intelligence no longer decays. Okay, that's helpful. Upon defeating the Mastermind, the Betrayal board state is reset to a similar number of members and relationships as the starting state. However, safe house intelligence is no longer reset upon defeating the Mastermind. Safe house intelligence is no longer reset. Betrayal board state is reset to a similar number of members and relationships as the starting state. However, the safe house intelligence. So is it just that the intelligence stays, but the starting state resets to what it was originally, or? I can't quite figure out this first part. Hold on. Is it preserving the relationships, though? Because it's not 100% clearly worded. Members and relationships reset, but you get to keep... It shuffles the members around, but you have a similar syndicate. Basically, if you run the Mastermind, you don't lose other safe houses after. It resets like you just logged in and counted for the first time. Not preserving relationships. Okay, but it preserves intelligence at least. Alright, so it's better, but not like preserving all your relationships. I was kind of hoping for like, them to at some point make it so that it like preserved some of it. Maybe like lost 50%. Because, you know, so it like, you took like a half step back or something.
Really wish I had a complete set of socket wrenches.
Still an improvement.
Can never find the 5/16.
You can now always have the option to release syndicate members. Good. Each encounter is tracked on the quest tracker, you know, and created far fewer empty encounters based on your betrayal board state. Oh, nice. I had that happen a few times. Alright, I think with like it preserving some stuff a bit better, up to 14 rooms of rewards, and sharing across characters is super important, I think, because it took so long to get to the Mastermind. By the time you roll the second character, you like never end up doing it. So I think I'll do it. You skip the XP bonus? Wait, what? Safe houses now have 100% increased XP experience from monsters, and the Mastermind safe house now has 200% increased experience from monsters. Oh, that's pretty juicy. So like the clear on the way there, double XP and triple XP for Mastermind. Well, there you go. Well, there's definitely some nice buffs sprinkled in there. I think I'll do Mastermind personally. I think some people maybe will still say no, but honestly, that's probably not too bad if some people, you know, if like people fall on either side, it's probably like pretty balanced then, right? Because there's obviously a cost to doing it still. Voltaxic Sulfide is now shared across all characters. Thank God. There is still a hard upper limit of 65,000. I feel like this is so unnecessary. Why is there a cap anyway? Characters that emerge to standard at the end of the league will bring their sulfite with them, up to whatever your highest maximum sulfite limit is. It's less of an issue now that you can bank the Nico encounters. So, I just don't know why there's a cap anyway. Doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, so the cap kind of still sucks, but sharing cross characters, great. You can have a self-fight farming person and a delving farming person. You don't have to do it on the same character if you don't want. Or you just don't lose a shit ton of soul fight when you like rolling your character. Feels good, man. It's pretty good. Tunnel Nico digs for your level is based on your character level, and it's now also shared league-wide across all your characters, meaning your highest level character will determine your depth of Nico's tunnel for all characters. This tunnel will only ever at most be 6 levels behind your highest level character until you reach level 68. Previously, it was 15 levels behind by the time you reach level 68, so that's great. You don't have to, like, do as much catch-up. There was another change here that Chris told me about, but it's not here anymore. Let me read the rest. Hold on. The rate of level growth for monsters within the Azurite mine is now faster, requiring significantly fewer depths to hit the maximum monster levels within the mine. This is because most players progress through the Atlas faster than the mine. Okay, it's that change. It's just worded differently. I feel like they worded it differently because in the notes Chris sent me, the exact amount was that there would be 69 fewer depths. Chat, there would be 69 fewer depths to reach, you know, monster level 84 or whatever it was. Nice. I think they changed the wording on the patch notes just because Chris didn't want to write 69 fewer depths. But that was the actual legitimate number he sent to me during the press tour. 69, the weed number. Yup. As a result of the change to the depth to level ratio, the cost of delves in those interim levels has been increased, but tapers back to the original costs as you get deeper. Honestly, that's fine. It's just going to take a lot less, you know, mind-numbing delves to kind of... It was just... That's the, like, biggest annoying thing with delving right now. It's just kind of catching up. Feeling so stuck behind is great. Dynamite is now instant, can be used while moving. Sweet! As mentioned above, you can now find Legion encounters and rewards in the Azurite mine. Neat. Prophecies which can create tempest in areas can no longer trigger in the Shaper's realm or during the most difficult version of Elder encounter. Oh, okay. Didn't know that was a thing. Instant Dynamite's great, yeah. Atlas World has been shuffled. Most maps have changed. If you're lucky, Zana will now offer 5 new unique maps as a part of her missions. Each map contains a boss encounter originally from the Synthesis League and can drop unique items originally exclusive to that league. But you cannot obtain fraction items, nor will you have access to the synthesizer. Boss fights. They're hard boss fights if I just imagine players like getting a Zana map for one of the Synthesis boss fights, never had a chance to practice it, never played it before, gets a Zana map, it's one portal. Gets absolutely shredded by one of those boss fights with like random modifiers on it. Oh, they're gonna get brutalized. God. Oh. Sorry about that. Bit of doggo hype. Yep, those boss fights are going to slay some people. They slayed me. You'll now appear in your hideout rather than town if you die to the Elder or one of its guardians. The Beast of the Pits, Barrow's map boss, now moves more quickly during its charge attack, but can use the attack less frequently. Its base attack speed is reduced and its damage increased. Oh god, it's going to hit harder. Biody boss encounters in which she transforms into a fire form have been benefited from the increased attack range and AI tweaks, Moggers. Breach swords now have more appropriate life values for their higher level variants, such as those from pure breach stones. Cellular in particular has significantly higher life in special versions of his breach domain, such as the pure version. Ooh. Breach domains now have higher monster density. Sweet. And the monsters contained with have more life. Cool. The map modifier which granted more life to these monsters has been removed. The rate at which monsters are revealed has been sped up, and you'll have more time at the start of the encounter. That's fantastic. They definitely needed a bit of a facelift, didn't they? The bosses of the Lair and Dark Forest maps will now spend more time in their human form between transformations into wolf form.
My back was killing me.
Thank God for that. So much of that fight is spent running around from the immortal wolf form. So good. Defeated Syndicate members, shrines, and hidden monsters such as Devourers and other things will no longer lure out Shaper Phantoms. Spoopy. Zana mods. Fortune Fate of the Bold. Alternate the same tier, yada yada yada. You guys let me know if I miss a change in these ones. Warbands for 2 chaos. Abyss for 2 chaos. Ambush for 3. Bloodlines for 3, Nemesis for 4, Breach for 4, and Harbinger for 4. They didn't do a Legion one, I noticed. Warbands now drop maps, by the way. Oh. Warbands for 2 Chaos. 3 additional warbands, and they can drop maps now? Okay, that's pretty nice. Harbingers for 4C. Warbands for 2 Chaos could be really good then if they drop maps. It's not too bad. 2 Chaos for 3 additional warbands. I could see popping that on. 2 breaches instead of 1. Yeah, wasn't it like, was it cheaper in 1 breach before or just 4 for 1? So maybe that's been buffed back up because I think it was taken down for a while, right? Nice. Okay, cool. I skipped warbands. What was the mechanic? Basically a bunch of like mini rogue exiles, and they had some like specific things they could drop. And they had themes. There wasn't really much more to it than that you need to know. User interface improvements. Invite to party kick from party button, and the player context menu has been moved to the top and separated from the other buttons. Sweet! I'm not going to accidentally challenge people to PvP or invite them to my guild again. So embarrassing. I'm like, ignore that guild invite, ignore it. You like accidentally challenge a trader to PvP and he accepts, and you're like... Added slots for Harbinger orbs, Ancient orbs, Orbs of Binding, Engineer orbs to the currencies dash tab. Yay! Free upgrades. These slots are invisible until you've added one of those currencies. Oh, that's neat. You don't have to feel bad about empty slots. Can they make the mirror one invisible, please? and the exalted one and the chaos orb one invisible, please? No, I'm just kidding. Increased the stack size for Brandis coins to 50,000. They were like 5,000, which was like really small for Brandis coins. Added slots for Legion Splinters, Emblems, and the Scarabs to the Fragment stash tab. Condensed the display values of greater than 9,999 on the buff icons. Which buffs were getting that many? Chat, which buffs were getting more than 10,000 buff stacks? Oh, I guess like Molten Shell and stuff like that. No, was it? Could it even get the high? Molten Shell? Vol Molten Shell, right. Plague Bearer? Plague Bearer gets up to 1 million? Plague Bearer Molten Shell. Okay. You could be frozen for 30,000 days? What? Okay. Pressing the hide pop-ups button in the help panel now also disables the flashing help panel icon. Yes! Yes, biggest streamer buff. Constantly when I'm on like the early days of the league, people are like, Ziggy, can you like click the flashing help panel icon? It's like, I don't even notice it. People telling me to click it. And then you have to go through and click each individual help menu to stop it. You know what I really want? And I'm going to be sad because it's not going to be here, is when you have unbound skill bindings, and every time you log in, it pops up and reminds you, you have unbound skill bindings. Please bind the microtransaction window and the PvP menu to a hotkey. I'm like, I don't need these on hotkeys. I don't need you to remind me every time I log in. It's so annoying. Smallest thing infuriates me. That's my next biggest quality of life fix, chat. I don't care about trading. I don't care about anything else. That's all I care about. Multiple different timers can now be displayed at once, meaning you'll be able to track how much time remains to complete your incursion and in a timed Zama map. Oh. Atlas search has been improved. You can enter a value to find maps of that tier, highlight all unique maps with unique, and even search for Pantheon souls. Oh, nice. That's great. A notification now displays how much favor you've earned upon completing a master mission. You can now scroll between stash tabs behind. They did it! They did it! They stole the idea from the trade hotkey, auto hotkey. Oh, it was like the main thing I used the auto hotkey for. If you guys didn't know, the trade Path of Exile item info and trade macro script. The best feature on that was the fact that you could hold control and use the scroll wheel to scroll between your stash tabs. I'm like, DGG just needs to implement this. And they finally did it. They finally did it. I'm tweeting it. So good. You can improve the information displayed when you attempt to import a hideout, but don't have all the necessary decorations. Added warnings when you attempt to sell an item which has an incubator on it. Neat. How could they just so subtly slip this in? I feel like this is the sort of thing that Bex would have teased today. She's too busy creating babies to give us minor spoilers of mostly unimportant things. I guess that's fine. I guess. Quest rewards. Oh, they've actually listed the quest rewards for all the things. I'm not gonna read through it. If you're curious, I think it's generally pretty obvious what they're gonna be. I mean, Cobra Lash is early on, enemy at the gate, so it's very early. Stormblast Mine is also enemy at the gate. Okay, anything else I care about? Venom Gyre is Siren's Cadence and Mavail. Icicle Mine is Siren's Cadence. Mavail. Pyroclast Mine will be Intruders in Black. Okay. Gravicious for Pestilence Strike. That's the other one to know. Okay. Alright, that's the main stuff, I think. PvP changes. Oh my god, look at this. They've got a to the power of symbol. I'm reading you the PvP changes, chat. You can't stop me. Hold on, where is it? Hey chat, the formula for calculating damage in PvP has changed. It is now open bracket damage / time multiplied by 90 close bracket to the power of 0.57 close bracket times 90 times time for physical and chaos damage and open bracket damage / open bracket time times 150 close bracket to the power of 0.55 close bracket times 150 times time for elemental damage. The net result of this change is that low damage hits will see virtually no change. I'd love if it was just a full stop there. The ultimate difference here is nothing. We just wanted to make the math cleaner. While extremely high damage hits will see a reduction of about 30%. Mind skills now use... You know, I would actually care about this if they gave us Roa Dinners back. If they gave us Path of Exile Battle Royale back, I would actually care about this. I'd be reading it with glee. Mind skills now use the throwing time as the basis for PvP scaling. Kinetic Blast now has 30% damage penalty against players, down open bracket from 50%, close bracket full stop. Ball Lightning now has 40% damage penalty against players, open bracket from 25%, close bracket, no full stop. Notably, no full stop. Unleash support now causes supported skills to do 40% less damage against players, open bracket, previously no penalty, close bracket, full stop. Scorching Ray now has a time override of 0.2 seconds, open bracket, from 0.5, close bracket, full stop. Infernal Legion support now has a time override of 15 seconds for the burning damage it deals, full stop. Minefield support now causes supported skills to deal 50% less damage in PvP, open bracket, from 15% less, close bracket, full stop. The Caustic Ground on Death effect from Siegebreaker now has a time override of 5 seconds, full stop. Conclusion of PvP changes. Would you like to know more? Hello, thank you for the 5-month sub, mate. And Nexus. Thank you very much. Oh god. No way Bitsy reads this.
The formula for calculating damage in PvP has changed. It is now damage / time 90 time for physical and chaos damage, and damage / time 150 time for elemental damage. The net result of this change is that low damage hits will see virtually no change, while extremely high damage hits will see a reduction of about 30%.
Agent, I've got a line
I
of
don't
shade
think
tech
she reads
cache
all of
inside
it. I don't think she reads all of it. That was pretty good though. New copy pasta. Okay. New copy pasta, chat. That was beautiful. Good try, Bitsy. Good try. Thank you, Duffy. I think I'm gonna do this with a /me. /me. Sorry, now the mage. Sorry, mods. Oh my god. Let them have it. Let them have their way with it for a second, mods. Help. Help, somebody please. Oh, let me bathe in it. Oh god, it's full screen, guys. It's so good. Oh, let me bathe in it. Give Battle Royale. Please give Battle Royale. Alright. Alright, chat, that's enough. Call it off. I need you guys to scale back that amount of PvP text spam by a factor of damage / open bracket time times 90, close bracket to the power of 0.5 second times 90 times time, please, chat. I need you to scale it back by that amount, if you could.
Agent requesting backup.
Do the math, chat. Do the math and scale it back. So 30%, but only for high damage spam, though. His meme is so versatile. Oh god. Fixed a bug where projectiles would not appear to chain on the game client if the monster was slain by the hit.
Mind skills now use the throwing time as the basis for PvP scaling. Kinetic Blast now has a 30% damage penalty against players, from 50%. Ball Lightning now has a 40% damage penalty against players, from 25%. Unleash Support now causes supported skills do deal 40% less damage against players, previously no penalty. Monko HMMW.
Monka HMMW, indeed. Thank you for the 300 bits. Old Deus. Good to know, good to know. Want to buy Battle Royale. Fixed a bug where destroying a wall in the Azurite mine would count towards the encounter completion for the sake of the Delve depth ladder. I thought they were fixing the darkness farming for a second there. Fixed a bug where Immortal Syndicate members could claim the job of none when you were selecting between actions. Me IRL. Fixed a bug where some unique strongboxes would override the Sextant modifier, which caused strongbox monsters to drop significantly more items. Unique strongboxes would override the Sextant modifier, which caused strongbox monsters to drop significantly more items. Only for unique strongboxes. Fixed a bug where elemental hit attacks which did not hit a target would still produce an explosion.
The result of RF plus barrel breakage equals RF plus 100% more chaos full stop.
100% more fun. Thank you for the biddies, Texture. Appreciate it. Hold on, music's got a bit intense. We've got the Brutus music going. Fixed a bug where Dureso's combo attack was only dealing damage with the first swing, and yet still people died to it in the race. Fixed a bug where shield crabs were only hitting with their double claw attack once rather than twice. Crab buff! Expect some more crab deaths, chat. 2 claws equal double the danger and double the flavor. Yummy! Fixed a bug where the animation cancelling could cause some skills to appear to fire in the wrong direction.
Hostage situation.
Fixed a bug where the
nearby.
unique body army, the rat cage, could act incorrectly with other sources that converted incoming damage. Yeah. Turtle of Jackets! Thank you for the resub, mate. Ziggy mapped that up. Crab Necromancer, in before new best spectre is crabs. Fixed a bug where animation... Oh, actually, I kind of want to make that now. Animation cancelling, you already did that, yada yada. Fixed a bug where auras which affected nearby enemies could not update in time for the skills which teleported you, such as Flicker Strike, to affect them. Auras which affected nearby enemies would not update in time for the skills which teleported you. Wait, what? So that meant you were Flicker Striking, but your aura wasn't affecting the enemies that you were Flicker Striking because you Flicker Strike too fast for your auras to catch up with you? Or when your auras are literally located on your body, but you were too fast for your auras? Wow, that's like something a Flicker Strike player would brag about. My Flicker Strike is so fast that my auras don't even have time to catch up with me. Blasphemy wasn't working. Oh god, that's hilarious. Agelian, thank you for the 2-month sub, mate. That's such a thing Flicker Strike characters would brag about, isn't it? Eldragon? I bet that's something he'd brag about. He loves his Flicker Strike. Freaking degenerates. That's such a funny bug. Fix the bug which will allow you to teleport into and out of the Mesa map boss arena. Oh. Speedrunning strats. Fix the bug which would cause the incorrect life values of summoned skeletons from gems level 3 and up to show. Wait, you can show the life values? Fix a bug where Q actions would misbehave if you held move only during the first action. Is this like some sort of subtle melee fix or something? Hope so. Don't yuck my yum.
Control point detected.
Illusionist body armor cosmetic would cause your shadows to vanish. Wait, what? As well as several bad visual interactions between it and other effects. These were not the illusions we sought. Oh god. There's some gold in the bugs sometimes. Thank you, Duffy, for the sub. Appreciate it, mate. And Angelium, folks. Fixed a bug where the Celestial Winter Orb cosmetic effect didn't produce wind physics. Technically, there's no air in space, so was this really a bug? Question mark? Yes. Yes, it was. Fixed a bug where you couldn't use the hotkey to close the delve map if you weren't the owner of the instance. Stuck in the menu forever. Fixed a bug where the monolith aura effect could interact with wind physics. Aww. You can't stand near the monolith aura and use it like a fan for dramatic photo shooting selfie action. Fixed a bug which caused the Sin Sword and Sin Longsword cosmetics to appear lighter than intended. Before people are like, here's back old Sin Longsword, I like it. Fixed a bug where the wild gold, I thought that said wild goose, wild gold portal effects didn't play audio when using platforms. Fixed a case of desync caused by Divine Tempest. Fixed a bug where Backbone support could support some skills it shouldn't be able to because they created minions that use skills in choice support.
Watch them moving!
Wait, what? Does anyone know about this? Did you guys know about this? You could apparently use ranged attack totem on some minions. Ranged attack totem minion? What did it do? Did it do their attacks? Did it summon minions? Wait, what? Sometimes you find out about these after and you're like, oh no, what? I wish I knew about that. Well, it might still be active. You might still be able to use it for a minute until the patch comes out. There's still time, chat. Interesting. I've no idea. It's probably some random obscure case. Fixed a bug which caused Hillock to jump far slower than he was meant to. Hillock's getting even buffer. Hillock's a little scary these days. Have you noticed? He's a little bit scarier since the rework. Now he's gonna jump faster. Oh. Fixed a bug where we forgot to remove the memory nexus icon from the world panel legend. They were attacked by the Elder.
Thank you.
They're memeing hard right now. Hillock can jump after he pulls his sword out. He can do jump and then he summons minions and stuff like that. Technically that's the blacksmith. I don't know if I guess maybe only Uber Hillock can jump. Can he jump normally? Anyway, yeah, Hillock's been juicing it up. Fixed a bunch of cases where monstrous treasure prophecy would prevent fun mechanics from triggering. Oh, nice. Fixed a bug where you could support Berserk and with duration modifying support gems, despite it having no duration that could be altered. Yes, it was based on your rage stacks, not a duration. What did modifying its duration do then? I guess it just supported and did nothing. Yay, fun buffs. Fixed some awkward interactions between the Madcap helmet and Bleeding Eyes cosmetic effects. There was some social awkwardness between the two. One of them said happy birthday and the other one said happy birthday back. Or the Madcap helmet was eating at a restaurant and Bleeding Eyes came up and was like, enjoy your meal, because they were the waitress. And then Madcap helmet was like, thanks, you too. It's great. I'm glad those bugs have been fixed. Fixed a bug where you could fail to create a portal with cast on death if you're frozen at the point you died. Mega buffs. Fixed a bug where scorching ray totems wouldn't retarget after breaking out a legion enemy. Oh wow. Fixed a bug where Ancestral Bond would leave weapon images behind when used with Flicker Strike. That probably would look pretty cool. I've done that too. I've just taken to embracing the happy birthday thing. On my birthday, I said happy birthday to everyone. Fixed a bug where a lore object in the catacombs could become unreachable. Oh. Fixed a relic chambers layout that could have unreachable areas. Fixed some incorrect text regarding which crafted modifiers could be crafted on which slots. Fixed a bug where the Dunes map boss wasn't pulling the sword out of his chest like he was meant to. More Hillock buffs. Fixed some small cases of desync that could occur during the Elder encounter. Fixed a bug where the Chieftain life recovery rate passive would trigger from non-enemy hits when the passive specifically calls out enemies. Someone was abusing that, I bet it. Fixed a bug where you could use a skill with a delayed slam, such as Ice Crash, and teleport midway through the attack, but the slam would still stay in your original position. Fixed a bug where you could use a skill with a delayed slam, such as Ice Crash, and teleport midway through the attack, but the slam would still stay in your original position. Shouldn't it do that? That's weird. Fixed several cases of mods that were not craftable alongside mods that they should have been craftable alongside. Were craftable. This is very obscure. Does this include things like extra life stacking and stuff? Because this could be a major one. This is like one of those ones that's like, there might actually be something big hidden in this one. Fixed a bug where incorrect tier would be displayed for mods on item types whose maximums for that type of mod were lower than the other item types. There's question marks flying around my head. I just had to swat them away.
There's gardens on the rooftops.
Fixed a bug where using Val Aura while you had Mortal Conviction or Supreme Ego or both would disable any other auras you had active. Fixed a bug where certain tile sets would force Betrayal transportation counters to be far too short. Fixed some skill gems missing the correct tags. We really hope you enjoy Path of Exile Blight. Thank you for your support. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Whee! We did it, chat! We did it! Even the PvP section! Woo! Damn. How long? Not long, eh? What is it? Wednesday? It's on, like, Saturday for us? Few days, chat. Few days. Not long now. You were here? How long did it take? 3.5 hours. Not bad. Oh, damn. What was the TLDR? Things changed. A lot of things. Necromancer summons stronger. Mines look like they might be pretty good. You gotta use Mana Flask, no arguing. That's the summary. Use Mana Flask, no arguing. Mana Leech is gone. Crab Rave. Looking forward to the 6-minute patch YouTube video. Oh god.